Hi. So during our trip to Germany and France, we actually visited a thrift shop. Surprise, surprise. It was, I think it was called Espoir in Colmar, France. And it was really nice to see a different kind of thrift shop, which actually wasn't really that different from what we're used to, because it really kind of looked the same, except that they had different things, of course. So we got 3 things, and the first one, it was this frame with a real, I haven't really thought, I think it's watercolor and ink, and I just really, it's kind of difficult to show, maybe this is better. It's very, very beautiful. We just love the colors, and we really think it was worth it. It was 20 euros, but they actually had a sale going on, so in the end we paid less than that. It's signed, which I can't really read, but I don't really mind. I don't care who made it. It's just, I really like the colors, and we couldn't leave it behind, as per usual. So yeah, that's the first thing. And then I found this one, which didn't have a price on it, so we just carried it around and hoped for the best. And at the register, she said, oh, 2 euros. So that was fine by me. And it kind of worked out with the other frame being a bit more expensive. It isn't real, it's just a print, but the colors are very nice and the frame is very nice. So I thought it would be, I don't know, a really nice addition to my collection of frames and paintings. And the final thing that we got there was this. It's a pillow cover, I think, and I think it's handmade because I can tell by the stitching. But I really love this fabric, and I'm sure I can use it to make journals or other things. And it's quite big actually, so I'm just gonna undo the stitching, and then I'll have even more fabric to work with. And this was 3 euros. They actually had a lot of gorgeous curtains and bigger pieces of fabric, but they were kind of expensive. I mean, they were worth it, but kind of expensive, so we decided to leave them there and just take this beautiful pillow cover. We got home on Tuesday, and on Wednesday we thought, okay, first day back home, what shall we do? And we went to our local thrift shop. But there's a reason behind it, because it actually is closing for the summer for a month. So it was kind of our last chance, and it was 50% off. So that was a pretty good excuse to go. So I got quite a couple of random things. So I'll just start by showing you. Got this. What is this called? A candelabra or candle holder. I don't think it's very old, because you can see, well, I don't know why I don't think it's all old, but I mean, it looks beautiful and very detailed. And I'm thinking of cleaning it because there's a lot of like wax on here, but I also kind of like the look of it. I'm currently thinking of putting this outside in our garden, and I already bought some beautiful pink candles, so that will look very nice, I'm sure. How much did I pay for this? Let's see, I wrote it down in my journal, which I made especially for this purpose. €1.75. And then this might be a bit weird. A tennis racket. I just really like it, the look of it. It's quite a good brand, I guess you would call it. And it's in very good condition, and I like the look of it. And I decided to get it. It was €1 and actually 50% off, so 50 cents, which is insane. And I decided to, once again, put this outside. We have like a little wooden house in our garden, which I have decorated with fun stuff from the thrift shop. So I think it will look pretty cool there, just as a random decoration. And then I found some napkins, which I still need to wash. This one looks a bit more yellow than this one, so I'm excited to see what it looks like when it comes out of the wash. And then these, let's see, how much did I pay for those? I think, yeah, they were 50 cents, and they came like two together, of course. And I think that turned out to be 25 cents. And I thought, well, I'll use it for something. I'm not really sure what. I might scan these in to be able to use them as like printables for journals. But I just like them. I don't see many of these in our thrift shops, so I had to grab them. Then I found this. It looks very Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones to me. It's just decoration, once again, for our garden. It's like an old wise wizard or king, and I don't know. I like it. It looks nice, and it's a nice piece of decor. How much did I pay for this? Oh, 20 cents. So, and of course, I had to get another tin. Well, I didn't have to, but I mean, it has cats on it. I don't think it gets any better than this. It's made in England. It says, "Kings and Queens," or so it's written, "love an enterprising kitten." I tried to Google that, by the way. I didn't get any hits. So I'm not sure if that's from a nursery rhyme or just made up. I'm not really sure, but it's really hard to open. So it's not very practical, but it does open. So just put in a little effort and then you've got yourself a nice tin. So normally I can find the stamps very easily. They have a certain spot for them. But this time they had it in like a closed cabinet, which you can ask the key to, which I normally never do. But my husband actually spotted these, and it's not that they're expensive. I think these were 75 cents per bag, reduced. And these are both American stamps. I already have them, but you can never have enough old stamps like these. So yeah, but we were looking through that cabinet because it was open, and found some more, or actually my husband found something else which I'm very excited about, which is this. It's a little bag with postcards, and they're all postcards of our royal family, and they're pretty old. Our previous queen and her husband, or actually the queen before our previous queen, because now we have a king, and her mother. And I thought they were all blank, and they kind of are, except this one, which is one of my favorites, to be honest, and I think it's gorgeous, and it's actually used. It is so beautiful. The handwriting, I love it. It says Miss J. Mevrouw J. Kostelijk, which is a very interesting last name because I don't know what it would translate as. Kostelijk. It's would be, you say, it's marvelous or wonderful, or it's just a specific word, which is interesting. But the address, this is the address. So this is her name, Miss J. Kostelijk, by the bridge Broek op Lange Dijk. Broek op Lange Dijk is the place, the village or town, and then it only says by the bridge, so that's all they needed. It's amazing. And then the stamp says 15th of June 1910, and then it's FB de Haan from Joure, and Joure is in Friesland, which is the most northern province, which is actually where my name, my first name, Vrouwtje, comes from. So it's very interesting. But I thought it was so beautiful and so amazing. And it was actually a surprise to find this on the back when I got home. And I love those kind of surprises. So happy that my husband spotted those. And also in that cabinet is this book, which I already have an edition of this one, or not the exact one, but of this series, which is a green book, and of course by another writer, but this is a very famous old Dutch writer, which a park in Amsterdam, which is very famous, is named after. And it actually was €2, so I don't know why it was in that cabinet. And then I got 50% off, of course. So I just added another beautiful book to my collection. It's just very beautiful. And for that price, please. Then I got 2 of the same ones, which is a bit weird maybe, but first of all, they were very cheap. I don't know why anyone would write the year on the cover of a book. Kind of ruins it, but it's like a book for strolling through nature. And this is not the price, by the way. It was €5 and then 50% off. And apparently this was very important to the person who had this before me, that it was from 1938, but it also says that here. So yeah, that's interesting. But it's very beautiful, with beautiful illustrations. And the reason why I got, oh yeah, this one is the one I really love. Yeah, it's beautiful. The reason why I got this one, which is actually an older edition, because it's 1931, is this one is kind of falling apart. It's basically the same one, but then I can use this one and keep that one and not feel guilty. So yeah, and it was 50% off, so yes, I would have been crazy not to, right? And then the last thing I got is this Verkade album. My collection is growing and growing. It isn't particularly in the best state because, well, that's fine, but I saw that there are signatures on there, and it's not complete. So there are cards missing, and also some of them don't have their white border or cream border anymore. So I mean, it's probably done by a child or have been ripped out. So it's a shame, but I've never seen this one before in a thrift shop. And it was €2, 50% off, so €1. And I thought, okay, I'm just gonna get this one because I love the cover anyway. And if you look at it from a distance, you don't notice the signatures. And if I find another one which is in a better state, I'll just buy a second one because they're probably not going to be that expensive. And I couldn't leave this one behind. And for that price, I mean, I knew it. So, I mean, it would would have been terrible to find out when you get home that it's not in a great state. But yeah, that's all that I got, and I'm very happy with the things I found. So now our thrift shop is closing for the summer for a month, so I'm gonna have to find other thrift shops, which we will. So there will probably be another haul in the near future, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!